All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Pin High Philadelphia Golf Podcast. I'm Francesca Ruscio. Who cares? But if you do, I'm Francesca. Real quick, Philadelphia just hosted one of the biggest events this city has seen in years, and somehow the PGA Championship at Ronnemank felt like a golf tournament mixed with an Eagles tailgate. If you were there, you know, you know. Over 200,000 fans, absolute chaos around the merch tent. Members sacrificed their course for months. And at the end, Aaron Rye walks out of Philly with the Wanamaker Trophy and apparently an Eagles fandom. I guess we're going to find more about what that means, but I think it feels earned. Joining me is one of the most recognizable voices in Philly sports media, John Clark from NBC 10 Philadelphia. We got to talk about this. Hey, John.
Good to see you, Francesca. Thanks for having me on.
I really appreciate you taking the time. Where are you right now? You're in your own element, I can see.
I am at Citizens Bank Park working the Phillies game tonight. There's a little batting practice going on, a little music going. One thing you don't hear at the golf events is, like the PGA Championship, you do not hear music playing like you do at other sporting events. It's pretty wild.
I got to ask you though, but I know your game is really like picking up. When you're out playing, are you listening to music or no?
Yes, I do have to listen to music. I need all kinds of little tools to get rid of my ADHD and my spastic behavior to try to concentrate on hitting that little ball that's not moving. So I definitely have some things that I need to feel more comfortable on a golf course and to concentrate.
Works for me. And you were there for a few days. I was happy that I saw you very briefly because you were swarmed by so many people.
Well, you too. I mean, it was an incredible atmosphere. It was like the Philadelphia Eagles community, Philly sports fans, but also the tremendous golf community, which is just incredible in the Philadelphia area with the amount of golf and the amount of golf clubs we have in the Philadelphia area. So you ran into just about everybody. Everybody found their way there during the 4 days. It was pretty wild.
Where do you think this rank? How does the PGA rank among Philly sports events you've covered?
Well, it's just so different. I mean, obviously, you go cover a Super Bowl and you've got just so many people traveling from Philadelphia to go there. This is such a unique event because basically you've got 200,000 plus people coming into people's neighborhoods. I mean, you were there like walking up and down the streets trying to go get a shuttle, and it's people's neighborhoods. And they're selling parking spaces on their lawns. They're selling, set up for a promotional company to come in and like set up with their golf clubs and show them off on somebody's front lawn. Kids are making money by like chauffeuring people around for 20, 40 bucks a ride. So it's just such a unique event, but it's such a vibe because everybody that was there, number one, you're walking around, you're in the sun for the most part. And everybody is happy to see everybody. And it's just kind of, even people who, a lot of people I noticed weren't even watching the golf. They're just talking, having some drinks and hanging out. So it's almost like a Kentucky Derby. It's almost like a party. And then there's golf based around it. So it's truly unique compared to any other Philadelphia sporting events, but it is one of the cooler events we cover.
Oh, I really appreciate you saying that. I have to ask you, what do you think because there was so much that was happening, and it was almost as if we took the Eagles K-Lot tailgate, we brought it over at Ronnemank. I know that Scotty Scheffler got heckled a few times for being a Dallas Cowboys fan, and he's known to be pretty stone-faced. What was it like just feeling, I guess, like the overall Philly crowd kind of like heckling Scotty Scheffler to maybe like just to get him to show a little emotion? And I think we did break him a little bit.
Oh, definitely. I mean, you could tell, and I respect Scotty Scheffler for saying, hey, I actually thought it was going to be a little worse for being a Cowboys fan. And the one cool thing I will say, yeah, you had the Eagles chants and you had funny things that guys were saying, but you saw what happened up in New York, Ryder Cup and some different things. Philly showed out. They behaved well. Philly was great. New York, they were out of control with some of the golf events up there. And they went over the line. Can't be cursing with all the kids and families there. Can't be saying some of the stuff that was said in New York. But Philly, it was all in good fun. It was, hey, Go Birds, Dallas sucks, the general stuff. So and then you had some guys yelling Baba Booey and mashed potatoes when guys were driving. All the
Light
funny
the can
people.
I heard light the candle. I heard all the classics.
Yeah.
No, and you know what? Was there a part of you that was maybe a little bit worried? I don't want to use the word worried, but worried, I guess, about the Philadelphia fans being at Aronimink heckling the players. Were you worried about our behavior? What
Well,
do
that's
you
such a
think?
great question, and I think
Yeah.
the difference is here is that I mean, if somebody had come out wearing a Cowboys, gear while they golf, I think that would have, gotten people fired up. But I think the difference with golf is like these golfers are their own entities. And so it's not
Yeah.
like city rivalries of Philly and New York, Philly and Dallas or whatever. These guys, they're kind of on their own. And so I wasn't worried just because I knew Philly fans would respect the golf environment, and they did such a great job of that. By the way, it's an expensive ticket. You do not want to get kicked out. So, I honestly, I wasn't worried because
Yeah.
I think Philly sports fans always get the moment and they get the scene and they get the environment. Like when
Mhm.
Mario Lemieux came back from cancer and got one of the best standing ovations you'll ever see. They understand the moment, and they're street smart as fans when it comes to that. There have been a couple times where they go over the line. Michael Irvin getting, carted off a field with a neck injury and they're cheering, stuff like that. There's been some times where it's not cool, but by and large, Philadelphia fans get the moment and they understand the
Yeah.
environment and they respected the golf. They respected the golf etiquette.
I love that you said that. As you were explaining that to me, I wanted to bring up the real winner, I feel, of this week, and that was, or last week, that was the Aronimink golf course. Did Aronimink live up to the hype nationally? Like,
Yes.
tell me, yeah, break that down for me.
Aronimink got the win. Or should I say Aronimink? Because you don't really say Aronimink, you say Aronimink.
I know.
Yeah.
Either or. We
Yeah.
don't know.
But,
6, 7, we're figuring it out.
Oh, you went 6-7 on me. I can't make it through a day without.
We're figuring it out.
But yeah, I mean, I definitely think you heard the golfers talk about it, and you
Yeah.
heard how much respect they have for Aronimink. And talking to a lot of Aronimink members, they were really proud, even though they were not able to play their own course for like 5 or 6 months because of the PGA Championship coming there. They were proud of the way the golf course held up because you had Rory McIlroy and some of the golfers early on saying, "Oh, I don't like the setup, and it's just basically drive it as far as you can, and we're all going to be able to make scores, and we won't need to use every club in our bag." And what happened? I mean, once the guys got into the rough, and we're not on the fairway, it's
Yeah.
a different ball game. And then some guys, not everybody, just a couple guys were complaining about the pin placement. Scotty Scheffler said he had never really quite seen anything like this. But you know what? I mean, people going in were like, "Oh, they're going to crush this course. It's going to be, 20 under par."
I heard that too. No.
Yeah. And what happened? The golf course kind of won because you had one guy
Yeah.
9 under, and then what? The rest of the guys were 6 under or so I think the golf course showed out great. And I thought the golf analysis on the Golf Channel was great, that it was basically Aaron Rye understanding that I need to be on the fairway and not be in the rough. And okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to sacrifice distance and I'm going to make sure I'm in the fairway. Some guys were just still bombing it.
Yeah.
And if they were in the rough, it's a whole different deal.
I couldn't agree more. And I think a better understanding course management for that course is key to winning. And I know a lot, like, look, Scotty Scheffler, Dustin Johnson, Rory McIlroy, these guys are long players. I noticed that a lot of the longer players, they really did struggle with just even trying to get below like -5 or better. They couldn't. They were stuck on par golf. Now, I love to play par golf. Who wouldn't want to see a bunch of pars? But par golf at that caliber was no bueno. And that's, there was no deviation, no outlier. And by Sunday, you look at Aaron Rye, I think he played it correctly. And I said this earlier in an interview today. He got a gist for the course. He goes, "All right, Aronimink, you are what you are. Let me meet you in the middle if you meet me in the middle, and let's just take it shot by shot." So I feel that he had better course management and he wasn't playing like defense with the course, if that makes sense.
Totally agree. And I say it all the time. CM, course management, like try to remember that because you don't need to be a hero on every shot. And I think I saw, maybe you could verify, but he came in like 135th in the world in driving,
Yeah.
distance. So here's a guy like, okay, they said, oh, golf has changed. It's just the big hitters. But no, this guy was the smart, methodical approach and understood the golf course. And that's great to see. Now, we all love to see guys bomb the ball. Like we crushed the ball.
Yeah.
But then you saw even on 18 where some guys with driver were hitting the bunkers on the right or would roll off the fairway and get into the rough. And so a lot of guys that I saw on the last day, they were going with the 3-wood or they're going with a wood and just make sure I get it in the fairway. So I'm not penalized and get behind the 8 ball. So I do think Aaron Rai had a tremendously methodical, surgical approach to the golf course, and good for him. I mean, it paid off. What a story.
Do you think originally, did you originally think that he was going to like win? Like what favorites did you have going into towards the weekend for like what were you thinking? Was that a surprise to you when he came around
Oh,
and
yeah.
won?
Oh, yeah. Complete surprise. Now, I'm not a golf expert, so I don't know the
Of
breakdown
course.
of like all the different things going into this, but
Yeah.
I was kind of rooting for Ludwig
Yeah.
Ober, because
Oh, yeah.
because
Yeah.
like this guy, he had been in the lead in a couple of majors. He had been right there, and he had heartbreak. And I think like sometimes you gotta get thrown into the fire and then learn your lesson and then get over the hump. Kind of like Philadelphia sports. Usually that's the way it happens in Philadelphia. So I was rooting for Ober, but it was a complete surprise. I mean, I would have never thought that Aaron Rai would be the winner after the first round, second round, or even after the third round. So credit to him and a great story with his dedication to his parents growing up with not a whole ton of money and then buying him clubs and keeping the iron covers on to kind of remind him that his parents got these clubs when he was a kid, got some incredible clubs for him and to value them. So no, I had no idea. I don't know who you picked, but
Yeah.
I'm sure you weren't thinking Aaron
Definitely
Rai.
not Aaron Rai.
Yeah.
No. No, I saw, I mean, I'm sure, and I love your take on this. 2 gloves, iron head covers, a quiet demeanor. That's just so I think that's so like anti-Philly, but what made Philly really gravitate towards him and fall in love is again, there is that underpinning reality of that underdog story. And anybody from this area can just get behind a guy like that. So I believe I was very happy to learn more about who he was and to see him actually take it home. I'm not gonna lie. I was pulling for John Rahm. I did get the chance to follow him for a few holes. His game is amazing, but I got to tell you, he's a pretty big, brawny guy. When his drives were in the rough, I mean, I was hoping he wasn't going to snap his wrist in half from just trying to get it out of the rough.
Yeah.
A lot of those guys, their balls were coming up short, because they played it in the rough. But I got to ask you, how do you think Philly golf now is viewed nationally after a week like that?
I mean, I think it's the top golfers who are saying it and spreading the word. Like, you have Justin Thomas basically saying he wishes they would come back here all the time, every year. And he says, I would love to just go back and play cricket club right now. And the guys have really loved the golf courses up here and the type of golf courses they have up here and the different grass and the setup. So, I mean, I think it's a great advertisement for the rest of the country. And I do think, with U.S. Open coming to Marion in 2030, and then you have the Amateur coming up this summer in August at Marion. I think we're getting close to getting a tour stop because you've got Cobb's Creek that's going to open up in a couple years, and I can imagine that the PGA Tour is going to really want to have an event at Cobb's Creek because of the history of it and what they've done with the golf course. So I think we're going to be seeing more of this because I think people fall in love with it. People love the golf up here. And I think I mean, some of the golf courses, whether
Yeah.
you go top 5, top 10 in the area up here.
Yeah.
I did an interview with Gary Player going into the Aronimink PGA Championship, and he had said he would put the Philadelphia golf area up against any area in the world. So that's all I need to hear from a 90-year-old man who's seen it all.
A legend too
Yeah.
at that. What
Yes.
was it like talking to him?
It was very
Like,
cool. I mean, he was there, of course, to be there for the presentation of Aaron Ride
Yeah.
getting the PGA Championship trophy, because the only other winner ever in history of a PGA Championship at Aronimink was Gary Player in 1962. And
Yeah.
I think he's a great ambassador for the sport with the shape he's in, and showing that you can still golf when you're 90. I mean, that's the greatest thing about the sport, is that
Yeah.
there's not many sports. Like, I'm here at the Phillies game, and yeah, you can go out and play in a beer league, you can go play baseball, but where else can you legitimately go actually play on the same field or course that the pros are doing it on? So, like, you could say, okay, I'm going to go try to play Aronimink. I'm going to find a friend who is a member at Aronimink. I'm going to go try to play that same course that I just watched the pros play. So what other sport does that? You can't go play pickup football at the link, So I think, to be able to play this sport till you're 90, or with your grandfather, your father, as a family, go out and play. There's not too many sports that are like that.
No, and I would categorically put I would consider golf to be a longevity sport. And right before we got on, you also mentioned swimming. Swimming is also a longevity sport, paddle, tennis. I believe those are just some good sports to just
Now there's
grasp and get.
pickleball.
And now there's pickleball.
I know, I'm a tennis snob. Pickleball, well, it's great because they can play with family members. But I like to run around. I like to get a good workout. So tennis, I'm team tennis.
Are you like good at tennis though?
I'm decent. Like,
Okay.
I'm a good player. I'm tall, so I can, I can I got the wingspan. I can get out there.
Yeah.
Got the wingspan.
Let me ask you this. What do you think is the most underrated golf course in Philadelphia? Because obviously we can just go and play wherever, whenever. I want to know, what is your favorite course in Philadelphia and what you perceive to be the most underrated course in Philly? 2 totally different golf courses, or one golf course could be your answer.
Yeah, that's such a great question. And we're so blessed. I mean, I live like near Golf Mills. I live near Aronimink. I live near St. David's, and then Marion, a little further out. But I mean, if you're going like, hey, Pine Valley, I'll probably never be able to play. I won't be able to get on there, and it's too tough for me probably. But Pine Valley, of course, is known as the best golf course in the world. And then you got Marion, then you got Aronimink, you got the Cricket Club, you have Philadelphia Country Club. So if I'm going to go like underrated, or I guess I would say Stonewall.
Oh,
Stonewall.
as underrated.
Well, I mean, because you're talking about all the top, golf courses in the area, because then you got the Union League courses, which are incredible. Liberty Hill and Union League National down the shore. But like, if you're saying, okay, one that maybe is probably up there, but not as mentioned as much, as I would say Stonewall. And they've got stone walls from, George Washington and the days of some battles going on in Pennsylvania. They've got stuff that's left over from that. So, but I'll tell you, as soon as this Cobb's Creek comes along, woo-wee, I mean, this place is going to be magical. It is going to be incredible with the history and everything. So I'm going to go Stonewall for underrated. And my favorite to play, that's such an incredibly hard question. I think Union League National down the shore. It's almost like a movie set. It's like a movie set. Like, but
that's a good one, actually.
Maybe I'll say Union League National down the shore. And I've heard great things about Atlantic City Country Club. I would love to play that. I haven't played it yet, but I'll go Union League National for favorite course, just because it's down the shore too. I mean, you can then go to the shore, jump in the ocean afterwards.
So you're all about the vibes too. I mean, that matters.
Yeah, totally.
Did you ever get a chance to play Aronimink or no?
Yeah. I have a couple friends who are members there, and it was pretty wild to see where
Yeah, what's your take on that with aeronomic and your own personal game? Like how did you do? I played it last year too, but like how'd you do?
Well, I started playing during the pandemic. I'm a pandemic
Okay.
golfer. Finally, just get outside all day and play golf.
Love it. Yeah.
So there's, like I have a spastic personality. I'm a little hyperactive. I have ADHD, so it's a little hard for me. So like, I mean, I've had like, I've shot like a 41, like on a front nine, and then not as well on a back nine. So like, I'm going to go with my best score on a front nine was a 41.
Oh, good
Overall,
job. That's
overall
great.
score is 88, but I haven't like really, I'm around 90, 91, 92, 93. So, I can't really get back there. Once I got to 88, I can't get back there. So
Mm,
it's such a precise, you have to be so mentally focused and calm. Me, I'm kind of like, I like to take chances. I like to be aggressive. I like to, why
yeah.
not just go for it? We're not making a living out here doing this. So sometimes I don't use course management and use CM. I'm more about
Hmm.
fun.
Hmm.
So yeah, so Aronimink, I played well the last time I played there. Like, I think it was probably the same time you were there. Uh,
Hmm.
Maybe October, September or something. Um, but yeah, it comes and goes. It's hot and cold.
Hmm. Do you think no, because I was just thinking about because when I played, now that course is gorgeous. I got to play it back in September last season.
Yeah.
And it was right after I did a whole like video series on all the country clubs. It was right after I did mine on Aronimink. And I got a lot of crap for my pronunciation and my spelling. And, between you and me, this only stays here. Like I kind of did that on purpose to just get the engagement going, but it actually is a thing. People really don't know if it's Aronimink or Aronimink because I've actually heard members say, I'm going to Aronimink. I'm going to the Mick.
Right.
And then
Yeah.
I hear members saying Mink.
Yeah.
So it's the most puzzling thing. And obviously it's so irrelevant to me because I'm not a member there. But
Yeah.
that course, it's imperative that you hit a good, like, I mean, you got to be so good and so spot on off of that tee box because that golf course just demands precision. It
That's
demands
it.
it.
And it's long. It's a long course, and to walk it, it ain't easy to walk it. You're going up and down hills, and that's the thing that I think you learn to respect about golf. If there's anybody that says, "Hey, it's not a sport," or you don't have to be an athlete, but I mean, to walk that golf course, I think it's like 6.5 miles, and you have a lot of hills. So to win the PGA Championship, you're doing that for 4 rounds. And so, I mean, I had some friends that were out there at the PGA Championship, and they said at the end of the day, they walked 12 miles.
Oh yeah. Oh
Like,
yeah.
wow, yeah, and
Yeah.
it's not flat ground. You're walking
No.
around, and so, um, I there's a great respect for the mental focus of golfers. I know we weren't on this subject, but I just kind of went off on my tangent here.
No, but this is a
But
great. I love your spastic ADHD personality. Like that,
yeah,
you could take
squirrel.
this wherever. You could literally take this wherever. Did you and I'm gonna here's me interjecting my own 2 cents into something totally different, but yet important. What it was your take, or I guess did you hear anybody talking about Aaron Rye's 2 gloves? He was playing with 2 gloves. I wanted
No,
to get your vibe on that. And he had
no,
head covers for irons. He had
yeah.
iron head covers.
Yeah, it's unique, and that's cool because, I do think golf can be a little too tight and rigid sometimes, and I like to see
Yeah.
personality. I like to see people who are different. So I think it's really cool. I mean, I wonder if there's a couple kids that are watching that the next time they go out. Maybe they're like, "Oh, well, he won the PGA Championship. I'm going to go with two
I
gloves. See if that
know.
works." You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
yeah, I just thought it was so interesting. I've only had one experience where I played golf in college and I had to wear 2 black gloves, and that was because it was pouring rain. I think those gloves are made specific for just when it
yeah,
rains.
yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Do
I
you,
remember when I
yeah.
first started golfing, and I didn't have any of this stuff down. I'm like putting with my glove on, and all my friends are like, "What are you doing, putting with your glove on? And why are you wearing
Oh,
socks that come up like to halfway up your leg?" I mean, I had all the wrong moves.
get new
Uh,
friends. Get new friends. I would never say that to you. You can go if you want to play with high socks and 2 gloves, I think you have every right to, John. You
You know,
do.
like you could have like the stirrups like the baseball players have, and then I may remember Payne Stewart. I mean, what a cool look that was. Let's mix it
Let's
up.
let's mix it up a little bit.
Yeah,
Does Philly deserve more majors?
absolutely, 100%. Yeah, I mean the Northeast. I mean, it's the most passionate sports fan base in the country in Philadelphia. So, absolutely, 100%.
We'll do a quick little rapid fire and then I'm gonna let you go because you got to cover a baseball game tonight. Are you ready?
You got it. Let's go.
All right. Loudest hole at Aronimink.
I mean, I'm going to go 18th tee box because that's where you had more alcohol available, and you had the sweets.
Oh
You had
yeah.
Jordan Mailata doing an Eagles chant.
Oh, I saw that. That was fabulous.
Yeah,
And
that was
it's
great.
isn't it just so cool to see these big brawny Eagles players just coming and loving up on a game that just puts everybody on an even playing field.
Yeah, yeah, I love it. Yeah,
Best merch item that you saw?
I'm glad you didn't say most expensive merch item.
No, I said
Um,
best.
so I think the Eagles and the Go Birdies.
Okay.
The tie-in with the Eagles and the PGA Championship and golf. I thought those was really cool.
Oh yeah. No, I know what you're talking about.
Like all Eagles or something, or all about the
Yeah.
Eagles and Go Birdies. Go Birdies.
Go Birdies. I
Go
saw that too. I was like, oh, that's so clever.
Yeah.
Biggest, and I mean, you're a local celebrity in and of
No,
itself, but
don't
yes,
joke.
biggest celebrity sighting outside of John Clark.
I am just a kid from Delco. Biggest celebrity
Delco kid.
sighting. Biggest celebrity sighting.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I mean, the governor was there. Trying to think. I mean, I ran into Chase Utley and Shane Victorino heading to the golf.
No way. They were there?
Yeah. I mean, you had Cooper DeJean,
Wow.
you had
Cooper was there.
Jordan Mailata. I don't know if there was any, like Bradley Cooper types there. So I'm going to go with, Chase Utley. I mean, is that
I
good?
love that.
Ryan Howard, Chase Utley, Shane Victorino.
I
World champ.
love that. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, like Philly, I believe it's the best. It's just the best sports city. And just
Everybody supports
that's
each other.
awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. One more question.
Yeah.
Would you but which is the better atmosphere, a Phillies playoff game or Sunday at Aronimink?
Come on, a Phillies playoff game. You kidding me? That's
I
not
tried.
even close. That is not even close. Would you agree?
You know what? I'm 50-50 when the Phillies are doing really well. I'm a Phillies bandwagon fan. Go Birds, die hard all the way. Then it's golf. I enjoy the Philly golf scene. I believe it's its own league in and of itself. And we've talked about that. And then like Phillies is down here. But the Flyers, that surprised me. But I would have to say I would much rather spend that's my own Coachella, John. What I just
That's a great
that's
point.
my Coachella.
It is Coachella.
I had the best time, but
Yeah.
I'm totally down to go to a Phillies game when I know we're winning. And we won last night, so that was really cool.
Yeah. It is kind of like a Kentucky Derby / Coachella. Yeah. That's a good call. I like that. It's Phillies Coachella.
You can use that. How are the Phillies looking tonight?
Oh, they're looking fantastic. They're the best team in baseball, winning 16-20. Kyle Schwarber's out sick again. But no problem. Alec Boehm and Bryson Stott homered last night. So
Yes, saw that.
yeah.
Wow.
I mean, the vibes are here at Citizens Bank Park.
Well, the Delco boy is also helping bringing the vibes too. So you bring the vibes wherever you go, John. We really
I think we're lucky to
appreciate it.
do what we do, to be able to be covering
Yeah.
Philadelphia sports and just trying to inform people about what's going on. So we're both very lucky.
When are we going to go out and play golf?
Let's go. You let me know. Tell me when the tee time is. I won't be late like that one golfer at the PGA Championship was late for his tee time. Never heard of that.
My God.
Then he
How?
fired his caddy like it was his caddy's fault.
We love the drama of that. That was wild.
Yeah, he's
Like-
like, I'm a super chill guy, and I'm just kind of like go with the flow. But like a tea time is a tea time. Like, you have that one friend sometimes that's like you're ready to go, and that one friend is always late, and then people are asking you, what should we start? What's going on? And the pressure's on the person who makes the tea time, not the guy who's late.
I'm the guy who just shows up. I'm very type B like that. Just
You're
tell me where I'm
smart.
playing and I'll show up. I think
You're
that's
smart.
less. Yeah, let's just keep it drama free.
You're smart.
Anyways, John, I appreciate you taking the time. Go Phils. As of always, keep it in the fairway, guys, and I will see you next week. Go Phils. Thank you, John.
Thanks for having me. Keep up the great work with the show.
Appreciate it. Thank you.